Good evening, I'm Phillip Ohnemus. The death of a Florida teen at the hands of a neighborhood watchman continues to incite anger and protest across the country. This afternoon, thousands gathered in Sanford, Florida, and marched on the city police department demanding the shooter be charged and arrested. George Zimmerman claims he killed Trayvon Martin in self-defense after the teen punched him and slammed his head on the sidewalk. Now, the impact of the Martin case continues to make news here in Birmingham. The city is home to the Civil Rights Institute and some of the movement's darkest hours, as well as some of the greatest victories. That's just part of why CNN's Roland Martin is visiting. Dozens of people gathered in the More Than Conquerors Church to take part in a dialogue with the award-winning journalist. Roland Martin is exploring whether the outrage over the death of the 17-year-old has sparked a fresh movement, or are we just caught up in a new moment?
My biggest concern over the years has always been we've had these instances take place, but we don't see the continued action, the continued focus on social justice. So I think for this generation, they need to step up, and I think this is a perfect city to be able to begin to mobilize and organize people through social media.
Now, for much more on this discussion, check out our links page at cbs42.com. Now, Alabamians once again find themselves digging out from beneath storm damage after severe weather, this time in central Alabama. Montgomery County took a hit during last night's storms. Authorities have not yet confirmed whether or not this was a tornado. Heavy winds ripped off sections of the roof to the Crump Senior Center. Debris was scattered all over the parking lot.
It was very loud on the roof, unusually loud, so I actually felt the building shake. Saw a little debris falling from the ceiling. Ran to the front to look for a second and saw a lot of debris outside. And then after that, I was concerned about the participants that were in here getting ready for the garage sale. And I actually ran to make sure they were okay.
Now, about 40 people were inside when the severe weather hit. No injuries were reported. The center is expected to be closed until Tuesday. 14 people were shot and 2 are dead in what may be one of South Florida's most deadly shootings. Officers say someone at the wake touched the body and the casket in a way that other gang members saw as disrespectful. An argument inside the funeral home spilled out into the street where members of one gang retrieved an assault rifle and a handgun from a car. They opened fire at other gang members in front of the funeral home. Now, the United Nations Postal Administration is releasing new stamps and envelopes dedicated to autism awareness. The images are created by artists who have been diagnosed with autism. During a news conference, one executive explained how the selection process enabled the agency to discover the many hidden talents that people diagnosed with autism have.
The artwork was so good that I had no idea what we were going to get. And it was really, really difficult to pick just 8. And we originally were going to just use 3, and there was so much artwork and it was so good that we had to use more, and I wish we could have used every single picture that we got.
Now, the UN is the only organization in the world which is not a country or a territory that is allowed to issue postage stamps. The largest lottery jackpot will be split among at least 3 people. Winning tickets for the Mega Millions drawing were sold in Kansas, Illinois, and Maryland. More than 1.5 billion tickets were sold for the Friday night drawing. At one point, the lottery was taking in about $25,000 a minute. Those that operate the various state lotteries have some advice for the winners.
In Kansas, one of the few states that allows them to be anonymous, and we leave that up to them. We sure encourage that the winner again signs the back of the ticket, check with legal counsel, get some financial advice when they come forward so we can help them.
Now, Maryland is the other state where the winner is allowed to stay anonymous. A diver is dead in Australia, mauled to death by a shark while in the water with his brother. It happened just south of the city of Perth. The father of 2 is the 4th fatal shark victim since September of last year. His brother was not hurt in the attack. People on a nearby boat helped recover the body. The Department of Fisheries is hunting for that shark.
We are currently deploying some shark capture gear from Perth. The Department of Fisheries boat is also going to be deployed from Bunbury with that shark capture gear on.
Now, fishermen have been reporting more sharks lately. Some are using these attacks as a reason why they should be allowed to fish for sharks again. Some local college students are getting acting lessons from someone who definitely knows the ins and outs of the business. Our Tiffany Westry sat in on today's workshop with actress Robin Givens.
In through your nose.
Today's lesson, the power of the body.
Every other weekend, actress Robin Givens travels to Birmingham to share her knowledge of acting at Miles College.
It's actually kind of funny because you would think, okay, most Hollywood types, they'd probably be a little stuck up, but nah, she's really, really cool, very, very down-to-earth person, very bubbly.
Now, if you're interested in attending one of the workshops, you can reserve a spot by contacting Alicia Johnson or Shalitha Williams at 205-929-1000. The cost of the two-day session is $100 if you're not a student. Now, there's still much more to come tonight on CBS 42 News. Patrick and Lauren break down today's scrimmages with the Crimson Tide and the Auburn Tigers on Inside Sports. But first, we strap on our running shoes for the Rump Shaker 5K.